Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. I'm so glad you can join me tonight, and just trying to get my head around here and figure out what's going on. My husband watches Monday Night Football tonight, and I do Monday Night Stamping with you. I think I've got the better end of the deal. So glad you can join me. My name is Lillian Kemp, and I'm coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And I know that we have people eventually joining us from actually all over the world. So that's really neat. Whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live, we welcome you and are so glad you can be here. We did a little shopping today. We did one of those big Costco runs, which we only do a few times a year, really. And we came home and we're just a little tuckered, actually, but we were highly successful, so that was good. So as I go down to my desk, tell me, does shopping energize you? Is it something you like to do, or does it make you kind of tired? So are you one of those people that loves to shop, or one that would prefer not to? Or maybe here's another question. Are you somebody who likes to shop in person or online? I do a little bit online and do a lot in person, and it sort of depends what I'm shopping for. Clothes, I have a really hard time shopping online for. I kind of have to touch and feel it. You're wondering about my cozy sweater? Yes, the temperature actually, well, it's cold, but it's not too bad, Linda. But the wind, it's just something else. And when we were out today, I just got chilled right to the bone. So that's why I pulled on a cozy sweater. It just felt like a good night for a sweater. So let me just get things set up and let me know whether you're a shopper or not a shopper. All right. I see Fran shops in person. I know that she shops for our mom. Fran is my sister. So, and she is the one that lives closest to my mom. So she takes care a lot of those kind of things for my mom. So we appreciate that. Karen, you shop when you're in the mood. Yeah, that really does make a difference for me, whether I'm in the mood to do it or not. And now that my husband is retired, he actually likes to come along, and that really cramps my style. I prefer to shop alone, and he thinks I enjoy his company while we're shopping. So are you... I could ask shopping questions forever. I better stop, or I'll spend the whole time doing that. So first off, the card we made last week was a huge hit. So remember, it was this fun fold. It folds right up to go into an envelope, a regular size envelope, but then it opens up like this, and it just looks so neat. I loved the positive response from all of you, and several of you told me you have made this fold since last Monday night, and you even shared some pictures. I love that when you make what we do and then share pictures so the rest of us can be inspired. So thank you so much for doing that. So as you know, when you leave a comment, your name goes in the draw, and we then draw the name, and this one is Valerie Lowe. So Valerie, I will be sending this card in the mail to you. So if you want tonight's card, make sure that you leave a comment or two or three or four, and visit along, and maybe your name will go in the draw, or maybe your name will be drawn next week, pardon me. Just a little heads up about Paper Pumpkin. Now, a lot of you have asked about gift card holders. Well, this next Paper Pumpkin is little boxes that hold gift cards. And so here are some of the samples here. And then once you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you can actually add on tonight or this month. And so this are little note cards that will fit in the box that you can add on if you want. So just something to be aware of. So there you can see a gift card going in the box, just like that. So is it strictly Christmas? No, it is, looks like it could be for any time of the year. So it looks like a really neat thing. And if you're interested, you can go to my paper pumpkin link, and there you can order it. So just, sorry for being so a little choppy. My daughter is sending messages left, right, and center, and they keep popping up on my phone. So I will ignore them. And somebody says her husband, oh, Catherine is great to shop with if it's for clothes. Oh, excellent. My husband, he doesn't choose clothes that I particularly like, so I do better on my own, or with my daughter in that case. Just a little heads up about these catalogs. I am ordering them tomorrow. So if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you want them, and you're going to want them, and you live in Canada, contact me and I will add you to my list. If you are it's in another place, like in the States, and you would like a copy and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I will connect you with somebody in your area. So I do have lots of other things to share, but I am going to leave that for a little bit and get right to the card that we're doing tonight. Now, when I was at On Stage, which is a Stampin' Up! Convention, I received this swap card from Pam McLean, and it's absolutely gorgeous, but it was in neat folds. Look at this. This pops open, and then the card opens up just like that. And I said, ooh, I have to learn how to make that. So she told me who she had been inspired by, and then I couldn't find that person, but I found somebody else. So this is not new, but it is new to me. So maybe it will be new to you. So the paper she used here is the Abigail Rose paper, and this fold actually works with anything. So I am going to use the Boughs of Holly designer paper, pardon me. So we're going to make a Christmas one tonight, and we are actually going to use this one right here, and you'll be able to see both sides. So this is what we're using right here. Do you want to see the card? I'm going to show you the card first so you can see where we're going. So here is the card here, and then when you open it up, just like that, you can see I put my instructions there. And some of you have asked about a gift card holder. I'm going to show how you can convert this to a gift card holder as well, if you'd like, at the end. So, oh, I know what some of you are asking. Does it stand up? Yes, it does. So there you go. I'm seeing some hearts. Oh, you guys are excited about this. So good. All right, let's bring in our packet of goodies. And as I'm doing that, I just want to point out what stamps I used here. I used the Merriest Moments stamp set. And this stamp set is going to be retiring the end of December. It's going to be in the catalog, and the catalog will be live with this until January 4th, but it's only while supplies last. And as we are learning, while supplies last means we got to act quickly, because on that last sale, I had some very disappointed people. So there's this. What also coordinates with it is the Merriest Frames hybrid. So there's the die cuts and the embossing folder, and I did a video on this last year, and remember, they can work together. So the embossing folder itself makes this a great design. There it is in vellum, and there it is in basic white. I just love it. Or you can start to cut it out, and you've got everything you need when you this, or you can get even more intricate like this. Or you can even, there's a die that cuts out the center, so you can even cut out the center. Isn't that neat? I just love it. And you know what? I'm just going to bring something in to show you. So starting December 1st, some of these things are going to go on sale. It's called the Last Chance. So there are carryover items from the mini catalog. It's all talking about the what am I talking about? The mini catalog that's retiring, all right? So these are carryover, and when you look at the carryover list online, remember that the starred items, so there are some like the Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder, you will only see those online. You won't see them in any catalog like that. Same with the Hope and Peace set, that kind of thing. And then the items that are retiring, and this list is by page number, some of them are up to 60% off. So let's look at that hybrid embossing folder. It was on page 23, and look at this. It is 60% off. And you're saying, well, where in the catalog do you see that? It was on page 23, and you can see it right here. And then the embossing folder is also in the index, and you can see it. Do you ever find that you sort of make noises when you're looking for something? I had it earlier. Where did I put it? Well, now I can't find it, but it's in there. So I'm embossing folder. It's right here. So take a look at these lists, and if there's something you have your eye on, or maybe you want it even for a Christmas gift, remember it starts December 1st. So that is Thursday. So that I would act sooner rather than later on that stuff. All right, back to what I was talking about. So on that card, this card here, I used the Merriest Moments, and I am going to still use the Merriest Moments for quite a few of the stamps here, but I'm also going to switch out the words just a little bit, and I use a different set, just so we have a little variety. So let's unpack our envelope, and I've got a gift card in there to remind me that I want to do that. So when I'm using designer paper, I usually start from that and then pick all my colors from that. So we're going to start with a piece of designer paper that's 4 by 4. And so far I have found it easiest if it doesn't have a direction, so there isn't an up and down. And this worked just fine like that. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer here, and we want to do one score line that is diagonal, so from point to point. So let's take the cutter out. So I'm going to put one point in the trough. I call it the trough. I have no idea what it's really called. The track, likely. And the other point. So I can see that my points are in there. I'm just going to hang on to that and score. And with designer paper, I'd rather go over it a few times than press too hard and cut it. So I can see the score line there. You might not be able to, but that you could if you were in person, or you can also feel it. So now we've got that, and we are going to fold it diagonally. And if it doesn't totally match up, no worries. Oh, look at that. I had it already scored. Oh well, it's going to have 2 score lines. There we go. So we've got that. So now we have the triangle, and I don't know the name of this card, so I'm just calling it the Triangle Fun Fold card. So one of the colors of red in here is Cherry Cobbler. So I have one piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that is the size of a normal finished card, but we don't have the fold. We just have it like that. So we have that. We have then a piece of basic white that is a little smaller than we usually have for this, and it's 5 1/4 by 8 and scored at 4. So on the 8-inch side, it's scored at 4, at halfway. So let's fold that in half, just like that. And the reason it's slightly smaller is it's going to go on this card, and we want that nice little border all the way around, like that. Okay, so now we've got those pieces done, and then we've got some scrap paper for some stamping. What I'm going to do first is stamp the inside so that I can assemble the card, and you can see what's happening. I want to stamp first in case I mess up, and then if I mess up, I can always put the messed up side down, right? So let's do this here. We want to do, so on this one, I did a joyful Christmas. This time I took the, I want to do Merry Christmas, and we have a couple of gorgeous Merry Christmas ones. There's this one in the brightest, sorry, trying to get rid of the glare there, the brightest glow. This Merry Christmas is gorgeous. And then there's another very pretty one in Hope and Peace. I have used these two sets so much this year. We're going to go with this one tonight. And so let's bring that stamp in. And we'll bring in some cherry cobbler ink. And ink it up. Did you notice I'm just tapping? I am not pushing down. If I push down, I would get ink all over the place, and then it could quite possibly end up on my card. Isn't that just a gorgeous font? Makes me happy every time I do it. Okay, so we've got that. Now we are going to do just, a couple of little leaves around there, and I'm going to use, I'll use Old Olive. And these again are from the Merriest Moments set. Now they are photopolymer, so I can stamp without having my pad, but they stamp that much better when you have a little bit of a cushion underneath. And I'm going to stamp them off because I want them just to be, I didn't ink everything up. I want them to be a shade lighter. So, there we go. So that's all I'm going to do on the inside. We'll close that up and put these out of the way. And now we're able to start to assemble our card. Oh, do you know what? I am going to add just a little. I didn't on the other card, but I love little speckly things, as you know. So I'm going to just stamp that off and just add a little bit there too. Looks maybe like snow in the background if you use your imagination, right? All right, so now this is what's going to happen here. We're going to bring in our card base. We're going to bring in this, and it is going to get fastened. Close this up. So this is going to come over the open end, not the fold, but the open end. So we've got a fold here with the white, or it could be whatever color you want, and a fold here. And yes, it is going, these are going to stick out. I'll show you what to do with them in a moment. So to begin with, we're going to just glue this down. You can use whatever adhesive you want. I'm using this just because it's, it wiggles. I can play around with it a little bit. There. Now my goal is to sort of have the equal amount hanging over. Doesn't really matter, but that helps to get it centered. So we're going to just let that sit for a minute, pardon me, and then flip it over, and the part that's sticking over, we're just going to clip it off using the edge of the paper as our guide. So can you see how my scissors just following the edge there? There we go, just like that. Let's see. Yep, we're on the right track. So now we're going to put glue here and stick it to our card base. And just like that, we have, it's a unique fold. It uses our designer paper in a different way, and it's not very hard. So there we go. Let's just see if I got it straight. Pretty good. Now you might be saying, Lillian, why didn't you stamp this first? That's because it's kind of strategic. You're going to want the one thing that has to be strategic is your placement of this flower. It's on a dimensional and you want it to just catch this. So we're going to stop and we're going to stamp the flowers first, and then we'll add the rest in. We could do the joy at any time, but let's bring in our scrap paper and our mat again. And we'll bring this in. And we've got the big poinsettia. We'll stamp, let the ink transfer, just give it a minute. And then we need 2 of these. There we go. Whoops. Sorry about that. Hang on, I'll straighten you out. And we're going to, while we've got the red out, or the cherry cobbler, I should say, we're going to stamp the joy, and I want the joy to be down in here. I wanted a small word. Joy always fits the bill, and I just happen to love using the word joy myself. I want to make sure this is straight because it's got this flowy font. Sometimes I stamp it crooked. So it's always handy to stamp it on grid paper first and see. There we go, just like that. If it was crooked, I'd stamp it on something else and punch it out or cut it out. So we've got that done. We have got these done. We would bring in the dies now and cut them out, and they line up pretty readily. Ooh, I lucked out. Look at that right away. So we've got that, and with the magic of television, I'll bring these in. I forgot one step, so you're going to wonder how the green got in the middle here. There's even a stamp to do that. Let me just show you here. So it's a little spots, and I'm using Old Olive, and there we have it in the middle. So just like that, now we have the flowers done, and we're going to keep this out. We can put the cherry cobbler away for now, and let's start to plan out our card. So we're going to put this so that it just catches the point, so somewhere about there. So I want my greenery to go that direction. I'm going to start out with, what did I do with it? Here it is. I'm going to start out with Old Olive, and then I'll add a little bit of Mossy Meadow in. So we've got this, and well, here it is. I'm going to, again, I think I'll stamp it off just so there's a little more contrast. So I'm going to go this way. I can take this out of here now, and I'm going to put one down here. And I'm not too worried because I know there's going to be lots of other stuff, and I didn't even stamp that one that well, but there's going to be a flower likely over top of it, and so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Then I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow, which is really just a shade darker, and I'm going to bring in another leaf from the set. And let's see, do I need to stamp it off? It might be nice to have that full force. Let's see, we'll put you here, just like that. Pretty strong, but that's okay because we've got other strong colors coming in. So we can close that up, and I'm going to bring in now the Sahara Sand and just add a few more of the speckles. These I am going to stamp off, and this is where I have to be careful because I can get speckle happy. Do any of you find that once you get going on one of these things, you forget to stop? So I'm going to make myself stop. I'm tempted to do some more. And let's bring in the flowers and see, before I glue them down, if I feel like I need to add a little bit more. So just doing a little planning. So when it opens, it's going to be like that. I think it'll be okay. I'm still tempted to do some more speckling, but I won't. So now what I'm going to do is for me, it doesn't matter. You could do it totally different. But for me, I'm going to place this flower first because that's the one that matters, right? So let's bring this here. How do I want it to go? Okay, I think that will work well. Just like that. Yeah, that holds that. Maybe it could go over a smidge. There we go. There. So now I can just add some glue because these are going to go flat. And thought there was a cap on there and there wasn't. There we go. And let's see. This one, oh, we'll put you about there. And this one, we'll put you about there. And just like that. I think this one needs to be a little closer. It looks like it's floating away. There we go. Just like that, we have our card done. Just add an embellishment and we're good to go. So I am going to bring in the Festive Pearls. Now when you get our Festive Pearls, they're actually labeled red and green adhesive back pearls, but in the catalog they're called Festive Pearls. So we're going to go with that. And one of the colors is sort of the soft succulent color, and I think that it looks really neat with this card. So I'm just going to, so soft succulent is one of the coordinating colors in the card, and the pearl just seems to just go with it somehow. So there we have it, just like that. Isn't that a fun card? How many of you think you could handle making that card? Starting with a 4-inch piece of designer paper. And remember, all these measurements will be in my newsletter, so you can check that out there. I don't see any of you saying you're going to make the card. Come on now, folks. That would be a good thing to be doing. I'm just clearing this away because I said I would show you how to turn it into a gift card holder if you wanted. So, yeah, this is the one we just made. If you have some extra designer paper, and we usually do, or if you don't, you could use cardstock. Just cut some. That's going to be a little bit narrower than that, and you can fasten it on like that. So just put adhesive on these pieces here. And where did that gift card holder go that I just had here earlier? I will grab another one. I have several old ones so that I can do this kind of thing, and then it could just go in here so that it can be as easy as that to make a gift card holder. But I'm going to show you how you can even step it up a little bit. So what I have is I just moved a bunch of stuff and I know I'm going to forget what I was planning to do here. I decided to take the mini pocket envelope. I am just loving this die. So if you think you'd like it, it's in the annual catalog. So you have this, which cuts out a mini pocket. You have this here. It looks like a bra, but it actually, or a bikini top. So there's another way you could use this, right? But it actually makes a bow. This folds in and this folds into here. This part wraps around it, and those are the little tags hanging down from the bow. You've got some labels, so you could either cut it out or you could make the label. So what I did for you is I have already cut it out. Let me just show you. So this was a 6x6 piece of paper, and This, so 6 by 6 is plenty for making one of these. So we'll take that out of the way, and it's already scored for you. Everything's done for you. So you're just going to fold, and you can use your fingernail or your bone folder. And just fold it up like that. Now it's up to you. You can put the flaps on the inside, or because we're just fastening this into the card here, it's even easier just to put them on the outside if you want, so that they can go like that. Again, it's your choice. So I'm going to bring in this right here. I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of liquid adhesive, or you could use your seal. Just want a little bit. Then close this up. At least this way any extra won't be stuck on the inside and bother your gift card when it's going right on the back. I also have in my head an idea of making a whole bunch of these little pockets fastened together. I'll show you using these to fasten them together, and you could do a whole little flip book of gift cards, but there could be little notes of encouragement or thoughts for the day, or money, or little tiny pictures, that kind of thing, whatever. So then I'm just going to put glue here and fasten this in like this. And now I've got a gift card holder right there. So that is another way of doing a nice gift card holder. I think I've got it slightly crooked. So there we have it. So just like that, we have made a gift card holder. Where did I get? I didn't show you. So I used the dies and cut out this. It's already stitched. It's from the Design a Treat. So it's the 4 U's from there. Just move this out of the way. Put this on. And you could add ribbon or whatever, but because it's on the inside of the card, I didn't want to make it too bulky. And there we go. Just like that, we've got it. So cute. So easy to do. It could work for any occasion. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be, depending on your designer paper, whatever occasion you want. So now I have a few more things to share with you. I received this idea, and then I came home and tried to recreate it. Now the person who did it also sponged a bit in here. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there you can see. This embossing here was done with the paper trimmer with the scoring tool, and just like that, or you're simply scored, any scoring tool, and just graduated it like that. So there makes a very gorgeous, simple sympathy card. I've been playing with this color combination. So it's the craft paper and basic black and white, and I really like how they come together. And so this was my first project using that craft paper from the annual catalog, and I was really pleased with that. And then I saw this idea online, and it was one of those that, oh, I've got to stop and make it right now, you know, kind of ideas. And here's, I know I have done little snowmen similar to this, but I just loved it on the black, and then I spattered it with Wink of Stella so that it sparkles in real life. So there's a little bit of sharing. And then I wanted to show you about my adhesive kit. Now my adhesive kit, it was on sale this weekend. If you ordered it this weekend, sorry, I just saw something. Linda, you ordered the cards and envelope. I think that's what I thought I was ordering, and I got mixed up and I got the paper. But yes, the cards and envelopes will be gorgeous. And did you know that in that what you ordered, the cards and envelopes, there's even a little box to hold the cards that you make. So that would be lots of fun. So usually once a year, sometimes more often, but usually this time of the year, I offer an adhesive kit. So I go through the catalog and I pack a little pouch up with adhesives. I try to make it pretty with some ribbons and things. I include a little tag in case you're wanting to gift it or you want to just identify it as your own. And inside, it's chock full of adhesives. So the bonus promotion is no longer available. That was the Black Saturday special, but you can still order this. And there are some different options, but this is the most expensive option, the $64. You get tear and tape, you get black stamping dimensionals, mini dimensionals, regular dimensionals. You get seal, which I am using more and more and loving. You get mini glue dots, and you get the liquid glue, all in this little package. I had an in-person class the other day, and one of the ladies came, and she doesn't come very often, and she came and she had her little kit with her, and she put it on the table, and she sat down, and she was telling all the other people about how wonderful this adhesive kit was and how she just loved it. And I thought, boy, I need to have you do an ad for me. It's a really neat way of getting all your adhesive in one place and then having something to hold it. So it is still available. I will be posting the link, but you've seen the link, I'm sure, in my newsletters, on my Facebook page, but I'll share it again too. So just be aware of that. And I think that was all that I was going to share tonight. I will put this here. So if you want my newsletter, so you have the measurements, that every Thursday I put the measurements from Monday night in my newsletter on Thursday. And just a little tip here, if you like seeing all the samples and things, if you join my Facebook group, you will see a lot more. So I usually do my videos on my page, and it's for those of us not computer savvy, it's totally confusing. It confuses me at times, but there's a difference. On the page, everybody can see it. But if you go to the group, it's private. It's just the people that I have approved in the group. So it just means that we are all fellow crafters and we love to share. So if you go to this link, and again, I will post it so you can just click on it and don't have to copy that down. But join that group and you will be able to see more samples of different things like that. And when I post this card tomorrow, it will be posted in my group. So there you go, folks. I hope you're having fun shopping, or you're having fun giving your list to somebody else to shop, and stay warm and cozy and have lots of fun crafting for Christmas. Take care. Bye-bye.